Immigration Minister Marc Miller has unveiled 2 new Canada Caregiver pilot programs that will grant permanent resident status to foreign caregivers upon their arrival in the country. This significant policy change is set to reshape the landscape of Canada's caregiver program, providing a more direct pathway to permanent residency for qualified individuals looking after children, seniors, and disabled persons. The newly announced pilot programs are set to enhance the existing Home Child Care Provider pilot and the Home Support Worker pilot programs that are due to expire on June 17. Under the new Canada Caregiver pilot, home care workers will no longer have to wait for a certain period of work experience in Canada before applying for permanent residency. Instead, they will be granted permanent resident status as soon as they arrive in the country, provided they meet the specific criteria set by the government. Here is the live broadcast of this announcement.
Our loved ones. Today I'm very pleased to announce that we are launching new pilots that will provide permanent residency status for caregivers as soon as they arrive in Canada. The biggest change coming in these new pilots will be providing a one-step immigration process. Before, caregivers first needed to get work permits and then obtain work experience before applying for permanent residency. Under the new rules, we're simplifying the process and providing them with a clear, straightforward pathway to stay and care for our loved ones.
How do you qualify for this new program? To qualify for the new programs, foreign caregivers must 1. Attain a minimum of Level 4 in English or French proficiency based on the Canadian Language Benchmarks, CLB. 2. Hold the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma. 3. Have recent and relevant work experience, and 4. Have a full-time job offer in home care. This marks a shift from the previous pilot programs that required a CLB of 5 and a year of Canadian post-secondary education, or a foreign equivalent. This new pathway means that caregivers can more easily find proper work with reliable employers and have clear, straightforward access to permanent resident status as soon as they arrive in Canada, said the Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, in a statement. According to the 2024 to 2026 Immigration Levels Plan, Canada expects to welcome more than 15,000 new permanent residents through caregiver programs. As of April 30, 2024, approximately 5,700 caregivers and their family members have become permanent residents since the launch of the Home Child Care Provider pilot and the Home Support Worker pilot in 2019. The Canadian Centre for Caregiving Excellence recently published a report highlighting the pressing needs of caregivers in Canada. The report underscores the importance of caregivers in supporting Canadian families, particularly as more women enter the workforce and require childcare support. In his words, Minister Marc Miller said, "As we work to implement a permanent caregiver program, these 2 new pilots will not only improve support for caregivers but also provide families with the quality care they deserve." This is a significant step forward in Canada's efforts to meet the evolving home care needs of its diverse population. While the new programs are being launched as pilots, they are intended to eventually become permanent. The government's decision to grant permanent residency to caregivers upon arrival is a testament to the invaluable contributions of caregivers from abroad to Canadian families. Many people have applauded the decision, including immigrant and caregiver advocacy groups. We made a commitment to improve the lives of caregivers and their families who come from around the world to care for our loved ones, and with these new pilots, we are doing exactly that, said Canada's former Minister of Immigration, Ahmed Hussain. However, the new programs have also raised concerns among some, particularly around the potential for misuse and the impact on the Canadian labour market. Some critics have argued that the new programs could lead to a surge in applications from unqualified individuals, while others have expressed concerns about the impact on the job market for Canadian workers. Despite these concerns, the government remains committed to the new programs, seeing them as a necessary step to address the growing need for caregivers in Canada. We are confident that these new pilot programs will not only help to address the shortage of caregivers in Canada but will also provide a fair and efficient pathway to permanent residency for qualified individuals, said Miller. The launch of the new pilot programs marks a significant milestone in Canada's immigration policy, demonstrating the government's commitment to supporting caregivers and their families. As the programs are set to be launched by the end of fall 2024 or, at the latest, in early 2025, the coming months will be crucial in shaping the future of Canada's caregiver program. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel as more information will be available prior to the pilot's official launch, including full eligibility requirements and application instructions. What are your thoughts on this? Let's keep the discussion going on in the comments section as always. Till next time, take care and stay blessed.